How do you advocate for more headcount in RevOps?
Forced trade-offs. So it's pretty simple. Like when your stakeholders start to see that they're having to put projects later because of that, then you just give them a little quick, hey, you can kind of mention and advocate. My CCO at Box, he was on the thing of the only time ops ever gets more headcount is when the business gives it to them, right? So many times in my career, I've had the business hand me multiple headcount because they know that ops will be more effective. So I think I think there's in my mind as a RevOps leader, I'm always spending about half of 1%, like constantly strategizing on how to get more headcount. It's not like so I look at it as like when you take the job, if you're good, you should be able to pre-negotiate like ratios and stuff like that. So like ideally you've set up the right expectations of what you need to do this well, like at the beginning versus like, oh crap, like they thought they could do it with two people and actually it takes eight, right? So there's like those levels of maturity that come with it. And then I think it's just forcing scarcity and then like you got to build the right stakeholder relationships. And so like, I mean, geez, I had the head of CS at Culture Amp hand me, two heads to be able to like do ops better, right? And he's like, they would be better served hiring them in you than over there, right? So that's one way, but that's if you can prove the value and you're really good, then people want more ops headcount. But yes, ops is always under resourced. I'm assuming you're not, right, Jordan? You got plenty.
I feel pretty strong about ours. Jonathan asks me for to hire additional people all the time.
Not all the time. Analysts is what we need.
We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. The one piece that I would add to what you said, getting headcount, it's often a lot harder, and this is for everybody listening, because I get this question a lot, like how do you hire for ops headcount? It's often a lot harder to go hire new headcount versus poaching somebody from another team. This is like, and SDRs, by the way, don't have to just become sellers. SDRs can become anything. CS people can become anything. Marketers can become anything, right? Like there are people at your company who are talented for ops and probably have the characteristics to do really well in it, just have never been given the opportunity. And if you go talk to the CEO or talk to the head of sales or whoever you need, it's a whole lot easier to get somebody to shift from an SDR to an ops role than it is to go, hey, can I go hire a new ops person?
I couldn't agree more. At every position I've been at, it may not be like the directors that are running the whole function because you need some pattern recognition, but like I think like CS, SDR, even SMB sales are like great feeders for ops. At Box, we had the analytics team taught a class on like SQL, right? And so I would just basically sit at that class every time.
Who's paying attention?
And I would be like, hey, so I got a guy who was I forget where he came from, but he was in the class, and I'm like, this kid's just running circles around me in the class, and so like I hired him to run like marketing analytics, right? And it's like, he's now running it at a big public company, right?